a lot of countries have started from this point, even Gambia. So it was for Africa. That was Africa and some less developed football countries. That was why this competition was proposed. We turned it into another, I don't know. But we have to go back to the rule book and find out why this competition was set up in the place. We have to create structures that can accommodate these guys. That is what it means. When you say, what kind of adjustment do you want to do to this team? That's what I ask. Unless injury. Because this was a team that had gone through a lot of training. The coaches went around, get players from over how many players
you want to work for a long time.
A long time.
So how much change can you now bring in?
I know how many screenings they have to go through. Over 100 players were used for even come from the screening down to the qualifiers. People were, a lot of players were being invited. But I think we should just look at the potentials in this field. Maybe try to give them more friendly games, expose them to more games.
What are the weaknesses that we have observed?
Of course, in the team.
I don't expect that we're going to be making wholesale changes to this team before the World Cup in October.
I think the only changes we can just make is just that if we look at the 3 guys that were dropped, due to the
failing of the MRI test.
Yeah, I think maybe they can just, bring in 1 or 2, 3 players, just to fill in the amount of players that played in Morocco, just to complement the effort of these guys. For me, these guys, they are very, very good and they are massive. For them to have beaten teams, that participated in the same competition with them, 7 goals to me, they are just too good.
All right, so I think that's the message for the Nigerian Football Federation. We will need to go on a break now. We are switching gears. Dumnodio Konta will allow him go take a rest, and then we will come back and talk about Nigerian Professional Football League on Sports Tonight. Join us again.
Not been satisfied with the play of his players so far in this game. They've been on the back foot. Warri Wolves have had all the upper hands. Fantastic wing play from Yimofe coming from behind all the time.
And for a moment there, one suspected the ball crossed the line, but that's another opportunity. It's stripped, and it is a penalty. It is a penalty. 10 minutes into the game, 11th minute we are on, and the referee points to the spot. Protestations from the Kwara United players. But I'm sure they want to be careful how they protest that, or the card will simply come flashing out of the pocket of center referee Aminu Mamaga.
Great one, great move by Etebo, their leading scorer with 4 goals so far. He was on trying to cross that ball or even walk through. Check out that interplay by Warri Wolves. And of course, Ogungbe, that's a clear penalty. Check out the leg, catching Etebo's right foot. And of course, it is a good penalty call, indeed.
You've got to be lion-hearted to be able to take that one. And it is the duty of Musa Nadare, the ex-Rangers player, to put his side ahead here if he can. Musa Nadare. And he runs in there and takes it down the line to the left, sending the goalkeeper the wrong way. Goal number 1 for Warri Wolves on a day that portends a lot of good for them from the way they played in this opening 11 minutes of the game.
Great penalty taken by Nigeria there, the former Rangers man, the former Taraba United man. Fantastic penalty, sending the goalkeeper the wrong way. We'll see that in a moment of replay. Actually, this is his 3rd goal of the season, and he's been all over the place in the attack. Check out that great right-footed penalty.
Before Odita put a stop to that. Achibi, perhaps the most enterprising so far for Warri Wolves in this game. And a shot rolled across, and Nazare scores, and it is 2-0. It is a press from Musa Nazare. Oh, what a start for Warri Wolves here. They are raging. The Wolves are hungry. The Wolves are feeding on Kwara. It is 2-0, and it's early days yet.
And they have everything to drum for right now. And what dance you have there for the Warri Wolves players, they can celebrate this and on and on. See that great play, but that ball came in.
And he's quickly back on his feet. Kwara United attempting to make some foray, and a great run, and a great cross coming, and the shot, well, that will be a goal, and that is a goal, a great one. Fantastic work from Evans Iyoro. He sent that ball across. Kabiru Sanusi was able to hammer the ball down, and from that result for them.
Thank you for staying with us. That was a game played last week. Warri Wolves and Kwara United ending 2-1, of course, in favor of Warri Wolves. Their 2nd win, I think, of the season, and pushing them out of drop zone. Well, Tony Koiki has joined us now on Sports Tonight, and together we will be taking a look at some of the issues from our domestic football. Before we go into all of that, let's just quickly update you once again. The UEFA Champions League game currently going on is 74 minutes going to 75. That means we have less about 15 minutes plus added time to play, and it's still Real Madrid 0, Borussia Dortmund 0. Madrid still looking for 3 goals. They are still, in fact, looking for the first one. They have to get the first one before they get the second, before they get the third. The first one hasn't come. They're still looking for the first goal. All right, so it's still goalless in that game. But Tunde, good to have you join us on Sports Tonight. Let's start our discussion now around the Nigeria Professional Football League. Today was a peace meeting day in Abuja. Nigerian Football Federation, league management committee, club owners, club managers, everybody came around a table today in Abuja and tried to resolve issues. And of course, a lot of reports coming out that now, is it over? Is the row over? Have they resolved these issues? Is it done with? Is it buried? But club owners or club managers have not said anything official. LMC have not said anything official. NFF have not said anything official.
Well,
maybe the discussions are still going on.
Well, probably the discussions are still ongoing, because I'm sure if they had concluded the meeting, they would have come out with a communique stating the decisions had been reached by all parties. But it just goes back to what we said yesterday about prior to this meeting, every party, about all the parties involved, should go into this meeting with an open mind, with no form of malice, but a true intention of how to move Nigerian football forward. And if you go into a meeting with that kind of mindset, then Nigerian football can only be better for it. In this kind of situation, there will always be bargain struck, there will always be moves and counter moves, arguments for and against, negotiations, horse trading, what have you. But everybody must always understand at every point in time that this kind of moves can only benefit Nigerian football at the long run. I would not want a situation where a party stands rigidly, on its own ground. There should be some ground shifting on both sides of the party. And I still think that if properly sold to the clubs involved, this league management company can be a blessing rather than a source of discord. It has worked before in other climes. There are precedences to show that it can work. But if the clubs must buy into the idea, they must be seen as partners, not as slaves or as usurpers. They must be brought into it as partners. Only then can it work. And I think the onus lies on the Unruka Rabolet board to make this attractive to them.
Well, the pictures that I've seen, the only thing that we got from the meeting, from the NFF, are pictures of what happened at the meeting. They didn't tell us. I mean, they just sent us these pictures
that the meeting was held,
and we are left to think about the impact that the meeting had. But it was well attended. The president of the Nigerian Football Federation, Aminu Megeri, the general secretary, Musa Amadu, some board members. You can see Barrister Chris Green, Emeka Nyama. I mean, we had a full complement of maybe not a full complement, but a sizable number of NFF executive committee members.
What about the clubs?
The clubs,
they show up?
The clubs showed up.
All 20 of them?
Maybe. At least a good number of the clubs. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we saw, Onuka Rabo and some members, I mean, taking pictures at the end of it all, just to show that something is happening. Folks, for me, this is a good sign. Let these people talk. We've had Onuka Rabo talking via the media. We've had the club owners talking via the media. They need to talk to themselves.
Exactly.
Around the table. That's the beginning. And I think we're on the right course.
Exactly. We're on the right course, because I feel that the major thing that can, solve this problem is, for both parties, just come together. They should just dialogue. Because this is what should have been done in the first place before the LMC, took that decision of going ahead with the registration of making it a company. Mind you, that was what brought up this Orankor in the first place, whereby the club owners were saying that, okay, they only recognize IMC as a body, that they now being LMC and now making them a company right now, that they are not buying that.
I think it has to do with that registration of the company and the allocation of shares and all of that.
Exactly. So I think for them to have come together right now to put an end to this issue is going to do our football a whole lot of good, because if this problem continues, I tell you, no matter what, the league will suffer. And if the league suffer, the players, one way or the other,